Hey, what's up, y'all? Out here on Spiritual Ranch. My name's Shesh, not known no way. I'm the Off-Grid Oracle, and got another little tidbit here on the entrails. Here I've been boiling them. You boil them before you chop them up and fry them and make a good tree pus. And so that's the ones that I boiled. That's the stock. That's the water that I was boiled in. So I'll throw that out. I'll probably give that to my dog. But these ones were real fatty. There's a lot of fat on these entrails, And so when I boiled them, the fat comes to the surface, right? So that's rendering it, is what you call that. And when you put cold water in there, then that makes the fat solidify, right? And then you can skim it off the surface. And then what you do is you put it in fresh water. You put it in clean water with a fair amount of salt. You want to really give it a good amount. I would say about like that. You can make it really strong because the salt is not soluble in the fat, and so it's not going to take it on. It just stays in the water. But what the salt does do is it pulls out any of the impurities as you simmer that. So you want to get that hot, bring it to a slow boil, and just let it sit there and boil for a little bit. And as you do that'll clean impurities that are in that fat. So that it stores well, it'll keep well, and it removes any strong smells too, because sometimes fat, from animals, it could be a little stronger, especially with that internal fat right there, because it's on the outside of the entrails, so it's in the stomach cavity, and you get a little bit of that flavor, And so if you take and you boil it with salt, though, that removes it, cleans it up really nice, I've actually cleaned up some pretty B grade, almost C grade stuff, even that is kind of soured even, and then you render it, and you toss that water, it's got all the stuff that's bad, but once you get that fat out of there, the fat's different, because it doesn't go bad, Lard is actually a preservative. You can use it to preserve stuff, And so with this method, it allows you to utilize a lot of the other fat, and also it makes it easier to render your fat because you don't have to get all the blood and stuff out of there. You can remove those impurities with the salt, And there's two different types of fat too. You got to remember that. You got hard fat, which is good for pastries. You got soft fat, which you can make oil out of and use for cooking. And so know your fats. The fats that I burned for an offering that are off the kidneys, those are your hard fats. Those make your good pastries, and they're also out on the outside of the side, which is your bacon on a pig. You get hard fat there. Everything else is soft, but you can render everything down and make good cooking oil. You should never waste your fats, always save it, render it, clean it up with salt and hot water, and then you can also utilize that for making soap. So